switched up on too official. You turned me down some years ago, now I'm with the friend that's with you. We at this spot, we got it lit, she wanna hang with us. She in this session, throw no signs, like she one of the members.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy AWOL Beats here with another episode of Moss Talk. And I'm here with another special guest, but today this is a special guest personally to me because he's one of my favorite artists. I've been listening to him since actually the day I met the kid because I never heard his music before then. But we here with Petersburg on Burt Allwyld, man.
Yes, sir. What's up, man? We in the building.
Finally, man. I've been trying to get this interview since 2020, man. And I give you the whole origin story since we got a little bit of time. But that first time I meet you, that was my first week working as an intern at Define Studios. And literally in the middle of a pandemic, I got a phone call and they told me, yo, it's an artist about to come through named Burt Allwyld. He about to do a hosting gig, but it ain't gonna be that many people. I'm like, all right, so how many people? They're like, well, we told him the limit was 15. You can ask Kurt himself. I called like, hey, y'all said the limit was 15. Well, it's 50 niggas inside and it's 50 niggas outside. I think the cops gonna come, bro. Cause at the time, you know, this is the middle of the pandemic. They was shutting niggas down for having that limit, like. But somehow, like, one thing I say that day, I was like, oh, to see an artist from, even though you Petersburg, I still, you know, 804 is 804, so it's my city. I'm looking like, yo, this guy just came down here with his whole city in the middle of a pandemic. That shows a strong fan base. And then when the music started playing, I ain't never heard no shit like that. Like, to be honest, like, and you already know how I felt about it because I kept telling you, like, no, I'm telling you, that project, like, that Say Burt project, that shit was a missile, man.
Bro.
But
that's hard.
For the people who don't really understand or know, you know, who Burt is, but man, start from the beginning, man.
Shit, I'll take your ass back from the top for real. Like, shit, Burt Allwyld, man. This shit. First off, I started off just fucking around with the music for real. My little brother. I feel like first off, like the whole family just was just music orientated anyway. Like we was just doing shit. My biggest brother, he was fucking around with the music at first and shit like that. And that shit just naturally just gravitated towards me and Pookie. And then we started off just making music just with one little laptop, rapping that bitch with the mic. It had like a little sock over that bitch.
The bando kit.
Yeah, the bando kit, just rapping on that jump for real. On this shit called Audacity.
Oh yeah, shout out to Audacity. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was my first place I recorded.
Real shit though. We just rapping and shit, just fucking around with it, and like we just realized like this shit hard. Yeah. So you just stuck to it for real, and just like gradually just maneuvering with the shit. Moved to FL Studio, recording the FL Studio, shit like that. Then end up going to Pro Tools, all this other shit. But just saying like, shit just, I feel like it just started just getting bigger and bigger, and we couldn't. And then on top of that, we grew a fan base and everything else too. So it just we started taking off with that shit. I feel like.
And that fan base is Petersburg. To see that, like I said, I'm from Richmond. I love my city, but to see that in 2020, when I saw what I saw, I was kind of embarrassed for my city. I'm like, these dudes, they either got like their city is fucking with them. So how did y'all get it that way?
It's crazy though. Like shit, it was the city, but at the same time, most of the folks right now was my family for real. Like they was family, like real life family. You know, and that's what we really just based that shit off for real, like just family. You know, anyway, so. Yeah, no shit, 50 motherfuckers, shit, you travel like that all the time. Even though, you know, you see just me and Boogie sometimes, like by ourselves. Shit, man, doing the shows and all this other shit is always more than 50 or 100 people just, come behind us. Right? That's just how it always been.
That's dope, man. That's dope. A lot of artists.
Real supporters, too, like.
A lot of artists don't have real day one supporters like I see, like the whole Allwyld gang. And to hit, like, how did that start? Where did the name come from? Like, what was the origin of Allwyld?
Shit, Allwyld started from parties and shit like that. Like, it originally started from us, from my big brother. He started throwing parties around the city for real.
Stacks.
Yeah, Stacks. Yeah. Stacks. Shout out to Stacks, by the way, man. Go. Shit, he started throwing parties around the city and shit like that. Calling the group Allwyld or whatever. We was going around throwing house parties and going out Corn Up Hill, doing Richmond clubs and shit like that for real. And it just gravitated towards the music. or whatever. You know, like I said, like me and Booker was we was still doing it and stuff like that. And then we just naturally just connected and called this shit all wild, basically for real. So
Fire,
then that shit just started getting big from there.
So how many all wild members is it?
Shit, man. Shit, if I could tell you, shit,
if
I knew I'd tell you.
Motherfuckers walked in that building looking like Wu-Tang. I was like,
Yeah.
so who are you? He was like, I'm Inspector Deck. I was like,
But it's a lot of us for real, like that. That's like that I can say for real. But you know, like I said, we all family oriented, and there ain't no friends, nothing like that. It's all family. At the end of the day. That's how I feel like we build it, like as family. Yeah.
So what made you start? Like you said, I know the family was the real, like you said, the origin of the music. But what made you, as Burt, go? I really want to, because you put out a lot of projects to be so young. Like
For real, like.
Do you know how many projects you got out right now?
I ain't gonna lie. Shit, hell no, I don't.
I try to count, like, but I smoke too much.
I really don't for real, like. I got even I ain't even got shit on Apple Music for real that. Yeah. I mean, so I got a bunch of shit. But I can't really like tell you exactly how much. I just love that shit.
Yeah.
For if I just love it, and then I love the reaction that I get from it. For real. That's why I just really continue to do it. Yeah. On top of all that for real, because I mean, I feel like if a motherfucker say my shit was whack or shit like that for real, I probably would never like stop. I probably just stop doing that shit. But I just get so much. I get so much good feedback for the shit like that. On top of me loving it, it's like I gotta keep doing it. Yeah. That's why I continue to just drop projects or just drop music videos, shit like that for real, because I see the feedback from it.
Feedback. Yeah. That's what's up, man. So right now, like you got your latest project that's out, Bigger Than Before. What was the reason behind it, or the message behind it?
The message is like, all right, boom. Shit. Recently, bro, I was going through some shit like some life and death shit. I say like a week. I went to Atlanta and shit like that. And before I even went to Atlanta, I was complaining about my stomach fucking up and shit like that for real. I was complaining about this shit. And I was like, damn, like something going on with my shit. I don't know what's going on. And you know, I'm thinking like shit. This probably some other shit going on. I probably get bathroom or something.
Yeah, like got the boo boo.
So shit like that for real. So I ain't tripping like, but it was unnormal because like I couldn't really like I ain't had no appetite and like all that little shit for real. I couldn't eat pot on my home or shit like that. Because I was fucked up and shit like that. So I come back, goddamn, I come back from this shit, come back to the Berg, and my shit getting worse. So I'm like, all right, man, maybe I need to take like a little laxative or some shit like this, relax that motherfucker down. Man, that shit just made that motherfucker way worse. I felt real shit. And I fought around it. I called my mama, I was like, Mom, man, I'm fucked up. I ended up throwing up on the phone shit when I'm talking to her. Shit like that all over the place. And then I ended up passing out right there in the middle of the floor, shit like that.
Was anybody else with you?
I'm not sure. I think my little brother, he was there, but he wasn't around. Yeah. But he was in the studio, so I'm like, shit, I bet. I don't know what the fuck going on. So I passed out, and then I ended up waking back up, and then my brother ended up being outside, so he took me over there to the hospital. It's the Southside region. Mama said, hell, don't go to Southside.
Yeah, I was about to say that's dangerous.
Yeah, look, do not. Southside region, that shit. Don't go to Southside region.
They go in, they don't come out.
Real shit. So. Shit, Mama took me from Southside Region, took me over to goddamn John Randolph, shit like that. And motherfucking, I threw up in the middle of the floor now. So basically, like, bro, long story short, like, they didn't know what the fuck was going on. Goddamn, it was life and death situation. They cut me open and goddamn, they still don't know to this day what's going on for real, what happened.
Oh, man.
But I'm straight now for real. But the concept of that shit is like, man, I feel like, man, Lord was telling me like, man, look. Cause in the midst of all that shit, I was just getting into a whole bunch of bullshit, like shit that ain't, So Lord just tell me straight up, man, just slow down, you tripping, or whatever for real. Don't crash out, get your mind together and shit like that. That's the base of the concept. I feel like it was, so that's why I called it like Bigger Than Before, because before then I was thinking small, you know what I mean. So now that I got out, I got my shit together. I'm thinking big now, so that's why I call it Bigger Than Before.
And you know, it came off as Bigger Than Before.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And then goddamn, on top of all that, if you listen to it, it's all old school samples.
Did I just say that? But it ain't. No, it's not just old school samples. It's all the best.
All the best, John Sue.
Old school. It's like when you hear each. You know how somebody sample something like you remember this sample? Niggas be like, nah, what was that? Every sample, I'm like, it takes you back. Like for me, cause I'm a little older. Mm-hmm. So like I remember them 2000s. Like I was in the club back then. Hosts didn't want me. Yeah, I called Mike Jones' number. So when you get what I'm saying? So when I heard that sample, I'm like, who he bringing me back? Like. Then when I heard, how you even, Nah?
Yeah, Nah, like, nigga,
yeah. If anybody remember, like, especially the 534 days in Richmond, that song used to ring out. So hearing you go over those samples, but bring it a new sound. Cause like I said, your sound is so much different from anybody's that I've ever heard. It's almost like you don't get overexcited in the booth. It's calm.
Calm.
This nigga smoking a blunt and drinking tea. Like, why is he so... The beat going dumb and you just talking over so smooth, but it's still in the pocket.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, where did that come from? Like, that's something that you was just gifted with, or you had to find that
I feel like I'm already a mellow person anyway, for real. So I just... It's really just my voice, how I really rap, for real, but... Shit, Booker tell you shit. I was yelling like a bitch back in the days, though. Shit, that motherfucker yelling.
For real. Just screaming in the mic, man.
Screaming that motherfucker.
You going crazy.
It's really something you just gotta learn. Like you can't really be. You just gotta. Like you can't just be yelling at that bitch. You can't just go off and just be doing anything in there.
How people are doing that?
Yeah, you can't just do anything. You just gotta find your sound and find like what you comfortable with. That's what I felt like I was comfortable for real doing that shit.
This project, like I said, my favorite project of yours is once again Saber.
Yeah, Saber.
But to hear you go from that to this project now, you can hear not only like you said, you can tell you've been through something because you came on it with an intention of, oh no, I'm gonna make this a good project.
Yeah,
you not only you're not gonna get no skips. Every song you gonna have either you or your family member gonna remember hearing that sound. And that was to me, like I said, calculative. Like it was smart. I like the way all y'all move as far as AWOL.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Y'all move it with a certain strategic like war style. You can, like you said, it's a family situation. So with using those type of you got a producer with your little brother. You got a DJ with your older brother. You got fashion with your other brother. It's like, I think you still, like we were just talking earlier, I'm like, that is like the Jackson 5. Like y'all have a powerful family, and y'all using each other's resources to build each other's individually. And I think that's a very dope concept.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate that shit, bro. Like I said, like, everybody got their own individual talent for real.
Yeah.
Like they fuck with. So, we all didn't master it. Like, we ain't necessarily master, but at the same time, we didn't master to the point where it got potential to be bigger shit out for real. Right. So that's how I feel like it
bigger than before.
Bigger than before, for sure.
All pun intended, if you caught it.
Bigger shit though. Bigger than before though. Like, and it ain't gonna do nothing but get bigger than this for real. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Just to backtrack, like how have you been, and how have you, besides the situation you just said, like since 2020 to now? 2020 was a big impact in all of our lives. It changed a lot of things. Like, did you learn anything from that, or did it change you musically from then until now?
What I learned from 2020, coming from right now, for it's just, no matter what situation you go through, you got to continue to keep going. Like, the hardships you're going through, anything, like, just going, it just, because, that pandemic shit, that shit was just so fucking random. Like, random as a bitch. So, that's how I see it. Like, shit just going to happen, but you got to continue to keep moving no matter what. For real, you got to learn how to adapt with the situation, for real. So that's how I took it and shit out. And I continue to do it. Like, continue to just move around and, continue to stay consistent, continue to drop content no matter what, for real. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, in 2020 it was a good thing. It had its good things, it had its bad things, but
some niggas was super up, some
niggas super up, some niggas super down, man. You know what I mean? It's
a very dangerous time. Seriously.
For sure, man. So,
but speaking of, like you said, having like that type of impact on your life, and like you said, we all was going through it, but for certain people to come out of it, you had to be strong. You know what I mean? Like, and like you said, you put in a lot lot of like consistent projects back to back to back. Do you have any new projects you coming with right after this drop, or right now are you still pushing it bigger than before?
Yeah, right now I'm still pushing that project that I recently dropped, bigger than before. I'm still pushing it, still dropping content for like videos and shit like that. Still doing that. My next drop I'm gonna do is with my cousin Car 1K.
Okay, shout out Car 1K. We need to get him on the show.
Yeah. My next project I'm dropping him called Local Trap Stars 2. It's the second installment of the first one we dropped for a minute ago. Yeah,
that's hard.
So yeah, we in the lab right now cooking that shit up. So I'm gonna drop that real soon, and then shit 2023. Shit, I'm just going crazy, like dropping all this shit. Cause I got a whole ass of music that I just ain't dropped. Like, and my brother always tell me like, man, why the fuck you ain't drop this? Why you ain't do this and that for real, man? This shit too hard. And I just be in my mind like, man, I don't think it's ready yet. The whole time, like it's shit, they need to hear that shit for sure.
Man, that's a good problem to have though. Like a lot of artists don't have the music to drop, and like the more recent that I've been like really tapping in and listening. Like I said, I heard the growth, but I also see like you said a very powerful word, adapt. A lot of motherfucking artists don't know how to adapt to times because the sound of music has been changing like every 6 months, 7 months since 2020. So how have you been able to like adapt? Like, are you out in the I don't want to be in the streets, but are you? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this is hard with the pandemic, but like, are you moving around to understand? Like, this is the sound that I want to work with.
I feel like it ain't necessarily like. I feel like it's just being ahead of the wave. You know what I mean? Be ahead of what's going on right now, for real. So boom, like somebody else on this type of shit. It's really like I say, like just really creating a new wave. Yeah. Like for real. So. Of course, I'm in tune like what was going on for real. But I wanna step outside of what's going on and be my own type shit for real. Of course, you gotta stay in tune with where shit going on for real, just to adapt and shit. But you gotta always just be ahead of that shit. That's how I feel.
Like I said, you can hear it in your music. You know what I mean?
Just doing some new shit, man. Stay creating new vibes for real. That's what I be on.
Yeah, that's why, and that's why I think I like. Say Burt so what? Because it was like when I say it was so different. Shout out to Buki. Shout out to what was it?
Shout out to Zay-Bands too, man. Zay-Bands a real one.
Yeah, that production on there is. I still haven't heard nobody do that. Like, believe it or not, like for real.
Zay-Bands different though, for sure.
Yeah.
And then Buki different.
Yeah, this like I said, that it was. You can tell it was two different producers. But it was almost like they were battling each other's with sounds. Like, oh, for real, so you can use that as a perk? Watch this.
Wow, this.
I'm about to use something you've never heard. It's like, oh, where did that sound come from? Like,
them boys different, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zay-Bands.
Shout out to Zay-Bands. Really, like I said, one of my favorite artists. I listen to your music, not even just because I know you personally, it's because I really, really deep. I love seeing you perform live. Like, seeing you perform live at the Half Garden was like a highlight for our week, man. We was turning. I know you see me. I know your shit word for word. Yeah, a lot of niggas say they do, but I do. I'm one of those people that really, really, if I say I like you, if I say I listen to you, I'm really gonna dedicate time. And with your family, the All Wild Gang, I really listen to you. I really think y'all the heartbeat of Petersburg right now. Y'all make me. Like the sounds like y'all some Petersburg boys. It make me want to just drive up to Fort Lee but instantly do a U-turn. You know what I mean? But for real, bro, man. Thank you for pulling up. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, bro.
Anything else, man, you got going on? Shout out, put your Instagram out there, all your info, man. Let people know where they can see you live, all that.
Shit, man. What fuck going on, man? It's the big dog, Burt Allwyld. You dig what I'm saying? Shit, follow me, Burt. Follow me on Instagram, Burt Allwyld, 12 BURTALWYLD 1204. Follow me, that's all my social media, like shit, Instagram, Twitter, all type of shit. Y'all follow me, fuck with me, you know what I mean? I got more music coming, more videos coming. Shit, we going crazy.
Hey, go check out that latest project, man.
Hey, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Go check that shit out, man. Bigger than before.
Bigger than before.
One of the ones, man.
One of the ones, man. That's your boy, AWOL Beats. Here again with Moss Talk, man. Here with Burt Allwyld, man. We out. I always wanted to say this first. Wow, boy. No? Did I kill it? Did I smoke it? No,
wow, boy.